Hello everyone, how are you all today? Today we'll be reading a story called The Best Spot, right? As we said in our vocabulary words, that the word habitat is a place where animals live in nature, okay? As we know, there are many different kinds of animals, and each animal lives in their own habitat. So what is a habitat? Is the place where animal lives in nature. Okay, so in nature means something that is made by God. Some animals live in water, some live in fresh water like in a pond, some live in salty water like in ocean or sea, some live on land. Okay, today we will read about some animals that live in the forest. Right, so let's see what animals live in the forest habitat. From the picture, can you name some of these animals? The forest, first of all, the forest is a place that has plenty of trees or many trees or a lot of trees. Okay, as you see here, we have a deer, we have a rabbit, and we have a bird. All right, let's start reading to see what other animals live in the forest habitat. The title, The Best Spot. On page 56, this is a forest. This spot has lots of animals. Deer live here. They eat plants. Okay, so as the story begins, it tells us that this place is a forest. Again, what is a forest? A forest is a place in nature that has many trees. This spot has lots of animals. So the word spot here is not like a dot or something round. The spot here means place. We read this word in the story about Good Job Ben, when the bus stopped and let them down the spot. So the spot here means place. Okay, so this place or this spot has a lot of animals. Okay, so the forest has a lot of animals. What kind of animals? Deer. This is a deer. What do the deers do? They live there and they eat plants. On page 57, but who is in the grass? A rabbit's head pops up. Okay, we said we use who when we ask about a person or a thing. Okay, so who is in the grass? A rabbit's head pops up, so a rabbit is in the grass. So as we see here, deer live in the forest. Rabbits also live in the forest. On page 58, what is up there? Look, up, up, up. It is a nest. The mom gets big bugs. Yum. So as we said, that there are plenty or many trees in a forest. And if you look up in the tree, what will you find? You'll find a nest with birds and the baby birds in. Okay, so what is the mom doing? Mom gets big bugs. Mom went to search and get bugs. What do the birds do with the bugs? They eat bugs. So birds eat bugs because the birds, these baby birds or baby chicks are so small they cannot go get their own bugs. So who do they depend on to get them the food? Their mom. Okay, so the mommy bird goes and gets bugs to feed her baby birds or baby chicks. Okay, so remember the word depend. To get things you want or need, especially the things that you need from someone or something. So these baby birds or baby chicks depend on their mommy to get them food or to feed them. Okay, this is how we use the word depend or rely. Depend and rely if you are common with the word rely. Okay, page 59. 59. What is on the trunk? It is a nest too. Lots of wasps live in it. Okay, so there's another nest, but here it's not up on the tree. It's in the trunk. The trunk is the brown part, the long brown part of a tree. Okay, the wood part. On the trunk, they see another nest. It's a nest of wasps. Wasps are like bugs, as you see here. All right? 1 minute. Ants live here too. Ants pick up twigs and grass. Ants zip in and out. Ants have no rest. All right? So, as you see on page 60, these are ants. Okay? We know what ants are. It's a kind of bug. Ants live. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. All right. So ants live here too. Ants live in this place. What do? The ants? They pick up twigs, parts of the trees, and grass. Ants zip in and out. Zip means they move in and out. Ants have no rest. If you've ever read any books about ants, they live together as a big family. And they're the kind of bugs that work. They do a lot of work. Okay? So what are they doing here? They're picking twigs and grass, and they're moving in and out, in and out. Okay? They are the kind of bugs that don't rest. They have no rest. They are bugs that like to work. All right? As you see here, this is a diagram. Do you guys remember what a diagram is? A diagram is a photo that has labels. So, but this is a different kind of diagram. It shows you what the inside of the habitat of an ant. You see inside they have ants storing food. The queen ant, she's the leader. Other ants doing different jobs. Okay, we have ants that are laying eggs. Ants that are digging holes, okay, ants that are storing food. Ants dig under sand and grass, okay. So in the forest, where do they live? They live under the ground. What do? They dig under sand and they dig under grass. This is where they live, and they're always working. Look at them work. On page 62, fox kits hop on a stump. Mom fox lets the kits run and jump. The kits must eat. Dad fox hunts at dusk. Okay? So here, who else lives in the forest? Foxes also live in the forest. What do you call baby foxes? They're called kits. So small foxes here are hopping on a stump. All right? This bump here. So mom fox lets the kits run and jump. The mommy fox lets her baby kits run and jump. She's letting them play. But the kids must eat. So who do they depend on to get food for them? Dad fox. What does Dad fox do? Dad fox hunts at dusk. He starts hunting or searching for food. Okay? Hunt means to search or catch an animal to eat. So okay, so we've seen deer, we've seen birds, deer, rabbit, birds in a nest, wasp, bugs, ants, and now we have foxes. What else? Who went hunting? Who went hunting too? A skunk. This spot has lots of animals. Okay, as you see here, we all know what a skunk is, right? We just read it last week in our grammar book. A skunk is a black animal with a white stripe on its back, and we said that it makes a bad smell when it feels like something dangerous will come and hurt them or harm them. Okay, so as you see here, this story is different. It's not about someone or anything. It's about animals and how they live. This is something that you will find in your science book. It gives you information. So let's go back to the first page and see the genre. The genre is nonfiction. Remember when I told you when you hear nonfiction, nonfiction means real. Okay, the story is real. So nonfiction is a real story about real things, people, about real animals, places, or things. But today's story is a real story about animals, about a real place. Okay, so this story is about a natural habitat called the forest. It's a real place. We have forest in real life. Okay, and we're talking about the real animals that live in this forest habitat and how they live. Okay, some animals they search, such as the deer, and they eat plants. Such animals such as deer and rabbits, they search and go around eating grass. Other animals live on top of the trees. Okay, the mom or the parents, they go searching for food and to feed their babies. Okay, so the babies depend on their mom and dad to get them the food so they can continue living. Okay, what about on the trunk? There are also other bugs such as wasps. They live together in a nest. Okay, all the wasps live together in a nest. What else? What other bugs? Ants. Ants live together under the ground. They dig under the sand and grass and they work together, always working. Every ant has a different job and they're always working. They do not rest. Okay, what other animals here? Foxes. Okay, foxes. So the mom and dad foxes take care of their children. The mom stays with the kids while the dad go and hunts for food because the kids depend on their parents to take care of them and to bring them food. What is the last animal that we read about? The skunk. What is the skunk doing? It's hunting, also searching for food to eat. Okay, let's look at the genre again. The genre is nonfiction. Sometimes we call it informational text. Why? Because it gives us details, information about the topic. Okay, so nonfiction tells about real people, places, or things. So we just read about a real place and real things, such as all the real animals that live in the forest. It tells about a specific topic. It tells about only one topic, and the topic is about animals that live in the forest. And it gives information and facts. It gives you real details. All right? Okay, as we said last week, the main topic is what the story or the text is about. It says here, the topic is lots of animals live in the forest. Okay, I said it differently. I said the topic is animals that live in the forest. We read about different animals that live in the forest. What else? The key details are the sentences or the information that tells us more about the topic. Okay, so here it says deer live in the forest, they eat plants. Ants make their homes under the ground. Some forest animals hunt at night. Okay, are there other details? Yes, we can also add details about foxes. We can also add details about what else? The animals, wasp, right? Birds. So these are the key details, the main details that tell us more about the topic. All right, and that was our first story for this week in the reading workshop.